So I went to see the movie Lion King. Lion King 3D with a new cast. It's new graphics, things like that. And I've seen this movie so many times, and I'm pretty sure you guys seen Lion King many times, man. But this time that I was watching it, I'm watching it in the truth now. And while I'm sitting down watching it, the only thing that I could think of was Esau and Jacob, man. The story of Esau and Jacob in the Bible, the two brothers, and I know I did an Esau and Jacob post before, man, but I just had to point this one out, man. So you got two brothers, man. Mufasa would be the lineage of Jacob, and Esau would be Scar. And Mufasa, well, first of all, you got to remember that in the scriptures it said, remember that they both were blessed with the fatness of the earth, Jacob and Esau, but Jacob had the better portion, So that was Pride Rock, where Mufasa dwelt. So you could call that Pride Rock. So you see Pride Rock here, and it's beautiful. And Mufasa was telling his son, everything that the light touches is their kingdom, man. Everything that the light touches is theirs. They have dominion over all of this. So this is like the kingdom of light, And then, you had the elephant graveyards and things like that where the hyenas dwell. That was the kingdom of darkness. That they had no jurisdiction over there and things like that. So he's telling his son, hey, you guys don't go over there. It's danger over there. So Mufasa, he's from a royal bloodline, man. His pack is from the royal bloodline. He's the king, and it's a certain order that they do things, man. You know what I mean? They don't overhunt. They have respect for the animals. And that's kind of like, the lineage of Jacob following the law. The law, the commandments that the Most High gave him. There's certain laws that they followed in at Pride Rock. You see that he was teaching his son about the circle of life. Things of that nature. How things work. They had a certain way they did things. Because they were of the royal bloodline, man. So you had Scar here. All he wanted was power and to be king. He didn't care about, the people. Or I want to say the people, the lions, the pack. He just wanted to be king. He wanted rulership. And power. And what did Esau want? Esau wanted rulership, man. He wanted the blessing of his, of his brother. He wanted to kill his brother for that. He wanted to kill his brother so he could have power and dominion to rule. So what did he do, man? He devised a plan, tricked little Simba into going down to the valley with the buffaloes, and then he called the hyenas. The hyenas are the heathen, are the heathens. Esau's dwelt with the heathen nations, So, and then he called the hyenas, to chase the buffaloes, and that caused a stampede, and then he ended up killing Mufasa, and then telling, then he told Simba to run away, man. Get out of here. Then he told the heathens to go kill him. The heathen hyenas to go kill him, but they didn't, they didn't do it. They weren't able to do it. And then he assumed his position as so-called king, And when he was king, what happened in the kingdom, man? He was overhunting. He didn't care about the pack. Nobody liked him in power. That was, that was Mufasa's, bloodline, because it was a certain way they did things, man. So when he established power, everything went scarce. The land was drought. Like I said, he was overhunting. He didn't respect the laws, man. And that's what Esau does. He's a wild man. You know, he does whatever he wants. All right, then you had like Zazu. Zazu was like, I mean, the loyal royal scribe, man. You know what I mean? He'd give the reports of the day, things like that, to the king. You know what I mean? So you know they had scribes in the kingdom of Israel too, you know what I mean? And then you had Timon and Pumbaa. So Timon and Pumbaa, they were like Gentiles, man. Good Gentiles that helped Simba, you know what I mean, when he got outcasted. You know, but they didn't know he was of royal bloodline, and they helped him out. And you know, when he when he got back and he assumed position as king, you know what I mean, they were able to reign with him alongside, you know what I mean, alongside Pride Rock, you know. No. So you see, you know how the story goes. You know, Simba goes back, you know what I mean, confronts Scar. You know, Scar is still trying to sow discord, you know, trying to get people to hate him, you know. You know, and he defeats him, man. You know what I mean? And assumes his position as king, man. And restores order, you know what I mean, back to Pride Rock, man. So you see, when Scar took position as, you know what I mean, the king, that was the end of their world, man. You know what I mean? So like it says, Esau is the end of their world. Jacob is the beginning. So when when Scar took position at Pride Rock, that was the end of their world, man. I mean, they wasn't living the same. They was hurting. You know what I mean? But when, you know what I mean, his son came back and established position, you know what I mean, it was the beginning of their world, man. It was a new beginning. You know what I mean? Things, order was restored. You know what I mean? The animals came back. You know what I mean? They were happy. You know what I mean? And that's what Scarring want, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And the judgment was set for Scar, man. He got what he deserved. You know? So yeah, man, that's just what I had to, you know what I mean, point out, man. Like, yo, I mean, I was sitting down there watching it and I was like, yo, this is Jacob and Esau right here, man. You know what I mean? So like, if you guys go check it out, man, like, hey, you're gonna see the same thing, you know what I mean, if you're in the truth. So all praises to the Most High for that, man.